family. Thank you so much for tuning in to my personal channel here at Vicki Dillard.tv. Beloved, I have missed you all so much. I had the wonderful privilege of just coming home not too long ago from Stone Mountain, Georgia, where I met so many of you. And boy, was it an absolutely cosmic time. The response has absolutely been overwhelming. If you don't know what I'm talking about, be sure to check my community page here or my other social media platforms that are on all the major social media places. Yes. And also, family, be sure to join my email list at VickiPlanet.com. Family, if you want to know where have I been and where you can watch me more live, you can watch me on African Diaspora News Channel Network. They have apps on all the major app places, Apple and all the rest of them. Yes. So my content is on Apple. Just look for African Diaspora News Channel. That's one of the main things that we have on professional platforms such as the apps, but we're also on YouTube, and we have affiliate networks as well. Yes. So go to African Diaspora News Channel, download the app, family, or watch some of my content on YouTube. I'm typically live Tuesday through Thursdays, 2 p.m. Eastern. Yes. I told you all that I wasn't going to abandon my personal channel, but you all know I'm on other platforms too. And we have such wonderful and exciting news coming up. So thank you so much. I've missed you, but I will be tapping in. But that's where you can see me live, yes, and see my international commentary there in addition to my lives, yes, family. Let me tell y'all something. How many of you all have been hearing a whole lot about the ICE crackdowns? Everybody and their mama have been doing so much advocacy for people that violated the law. What do you call people that violated the law when our family and loved ones violate the law or perceive to have violated the law? What do they call us, family? Criminals. But for illegal migrants that come from other countries, they call them dreamers, people that come here full of hope. They never, ever use the word criminal, is my point. Well, they've lost their minds now that ICE has cracked down. And I'm going to tell you a little bit on the other side of this clip, my issue with that. Yes. So I've been calling this out left and right. Like I said, go to African Diaspora News Channel, download the app on all the major platforms because we're on multiple platforms, family, or just watch me on YouTube. Yes. I don't want you to miss some of my coverage on this. I've got a lot of other colleagues there, by the way. So just look through there so that you can find me. Yes. Family, I want you to look at Rickey Smiley's little funny looking, that biscuit of a bone, the variety biscuit. This ridiculous boule. I've discussed Rickey Smiley in the past being a willful and a disgusting political prostitute on behalf of the Democrat Party. Yes, where he got the nerve to come out recently on Instagram. Actually, I was trying to find the easiest way to get the clip without going to Instagram because sometimes the way the video is set up a certain way. So I found this clip on YouTube that was in a part of some other commentary they were doing. But I want you to just listen to this part here, what Rickey Smiley said. Let me cue it. Hopefully you'll be able to hear this in just 1 second. Watch this, family. Give me 1 second. Watch this. Are y'all listening? Let me get the volume right. Okay. I think this is it. Thank you all so much for your patience, and family. Be sure to mark your calendars. And before I forget, I don't want to forget this. Mark your calendars, beloved, for next Monday. Only got a few days away. Monday, July 14th. Monday, July 14th. I'm going to be doing an absolute wonderful free War Room webinar where I'm going to be breaking down the forces that are actually behind, and actually I'm calling it the dark ghost of the Israeli-Iran war. And I'm going to be talking about what's called the petrodollar. If you want to know, Vicki, what does that got to do with me? That country over there in the Middle East, this ain't got nothing to do with me. You out of your mind. You don't know Vicki Dillard, baby. I'm one of the top advocates for foundational Black Americans. I'm one of the top advocates for reparations for us. I'm one of the top advocates for justice for us for years before some of you all even knew what we were doing. Some of y'all only been on this for 6 months. And some of you all been on this, baby, a year or two. We beat my advocacy for Black folks in America. It beats that. But I'm also a woman of the world, and I understand the interconnections. And they count on your stupidity, and they count on your ignorance, and they count on your disengagement with geo and international politics, because you'll just say, what does it got to do with me? When you see my spiritual supernatural breakdowns, you'll understand why. I have a spiritual school at my website at VickiPlanet.com. I'm going to put the free registration link in the comment. I'm going to have my team do that. One of the things that people always want to know is, Vicki, when you were tapping into these supernatural encounters years ago, and the stuff and the encounters that you had now have everything to do with what's playing out on the planet now, how did you connect to that? Baby, if I'm getting information from supernatural information, you probably want to hear what I got to say. Because I said I'm going to be discussing the dark ghost of the Israeli-Iran war and what's called the petrodollar. And yes, I'll connect the dots with what's happening around the world and how it affects your world. Be sure to go to my website at VickiPlanet.com or just click the link below. We're going to put the free webinar link. It's going to be on a Monday, July 14th. Your life will never be the same. Everybody knows, everybody always says this. I'm not bragging about myself. It's just the truth that Vicki has the absolute best webinars, best breakdown. So you don't want to miss this. Yes? Watch this, family. Now look at Rickey Smiley's funny looking self.
As far as this administration and the way he is going and the way things are going, and when they say great again, that means your ass don't have no rights. Yep, things about to get ugly. It might be a point where we might have to pack up our families. If ICE can get immigrants, why can't they do it to everybody else?
Because that's illegal immigrants. Criminals. Stop calling them immigrants. Stop calling them, don't even call them illegal immigrants. Call them a criminal, and then we'll understand why they get locked up. We know that Trump is a devil, and I call out Trump just like I call out Biden and Kamala and all the rest of those devils. Yes, I'm clear on that. But the problem I have with the Rickey Smileys of the world is that he's sitting here gaslighting. Why are they doing that? Because they need the support of foundational Black Americans to make any issue that's going on in the world legit. Do you all understand that they're upset that not enough foundational Black Americans are pushing and protesting with ICE? They don't care that we're dying, being shot at, dealing with injustices in every form and fashion. They say, why you got the bullet in your back, why you got the knife in your back, why your leg is chopped off, why you're having a stroke and a heart attack, still hop out of your hospital bed and say, tell ICE, don't deport illegal migrants who violate the law to get here. That is some delusional, sick, twisted biscuitry. Y'all know I've been calling out Kamala Harris for years, long before she ever ran for president of the United States, even the first time, right? So some of y'all are new to this. I've been on this. This article, when Kamala ran this last time, around the 2020 time frame, they went over her past when she was prosecuted for the state of California. How many of y'all know she was a prosecutor, but they also discussed the fact that after she was a prosecutor, she was the attorney general for the state of California, right? She had these high level political positions, right? Well, when she was running for president, this piece from the American Prospect did this article with this headline. Y'all see this? Let me turn it. I always do that. Now you can see it. Y'all see that? How Kamala Harris fought to keep nonviolent prisoners locked up. But see, a few years ago, there was no need for this article to say Americans and disproportionately Black ones. Where was Rickey Smiley? What does this headline say? And I always like to go to this particular article or any article that highlights this part. What part? When Kamala Harris was Attorney General, what does it say? As California's Attorney General, she spent years subverting, meaning undermining, a 2011 Supreme Court ruling requiring the state to reduce its prison population. How many of y'all know from 2011, which was some years ago, she was undermining, she was resisting a lawful order from the Supreme Court to release Americans from prison, nonviolent Americans. It says that the overseeing judicial panel nearly found the state in contempt of court. How many of y'all know that when somebody holds you in contempt of court, that means that you have violated some legal law? She is the top law enforcer, and they threatened, the courts were seriously considering holding her office in contempt of court because they were resisting her order. She was fighting to keep our people locked up, Americans, and disproportionately foundational Black Americans. Rickey, did he call her out for that? No. What did he do? Even as recently as 2024. What does this headline say from The Root? I don't have no respect for The Root because they dogged me, this so-called Black publication, but this headline says it here. What does it say? After speaking with Kamala Harris, Rickey Smiley has a message for undecided voters. This disgusting little variety brown little burnt biscuit bagel, boule bagel, was advocating for Kamala, giving her platform to Kamala, and telling Black folks to take our hips there after she went to the whole wide world and told them what she wasn't going to do just for us. But he wants us to ignore all of our tragedy and not having received one red cent in reparations while the illegal migrants, the illegal criminal migrants get housing, food stamps, jobs, and other substance, other tangibles that we haven't even gotten for building the country. He has nothing to say about Americans being locked up. Do you all understand this is the reason why I'm upset by Black folks that's running out here telling us to defend illegal migrants when some of them have some of their own Black family members and loved ones that's behind bars that someone probably don't even write or go see about? And even if you did write them or go see about them, or even if you put money on their books, how many of you all have taken to your platforms to demand the release of them for non-violent petty crimes? How many of you all have advocated that we clear their records? Because when you all, don't you all know that when they say, let's give them legal status, even when they don't make them citizens, do you know that that's the equivalent of clearing their records so that they don't show that they're illegal, so they can get government assistance, housing, jobs, loans, and all other kinds of goodies? That means that they're willing to clear records for illegal migrants that jump the border to come over here, strain our resources, and they give us the middle finger. This is why I have a problem with folks like him. I have no problem for illegal immigration. Some of you all try to come against me because I do international news. So everybody knows I'm for international. I'm a woman of the world. I'm the original woman. So of course the whole world is my jurisdiction. And can't nobody check me on international. My concern for the rest of the world. But I put FBAs as priority. See, if you can't walk and chew gum, if you don't understand the profundity of international politics, just shut your mouth. But you better keep your mouth off of me, baby. Your assignment ain't mine. See, this is over some of y'all's head. You can't handle all that. If I'm advocating and prioritizing foundational Black Americans, why you got a problem with me saying other stuff? If I'm prioritizing foundational Black Americans, and I'm probably one of the greatest advocates for us, before some of you all even came on the gravy train on this, you weren't even on issues of Black Americans. I've been on it for years. I'm not the one you can check. But I digress. The problem I had with the Rickey Smileys of the world is he's not advocating for our people. He's gaslighting, likely because someone from the Democrat Party gave him a call and asked him to use his platform to encourage us to do the same. That's why he started that clip by saying, I ain't trying to scare nobody. The first part was a little murky. You probably didn't hear that, but I listened to the full clip, and that's what he said. The problem I have with that, he said, they coming for us next. What is this fool talking about when our people are still behind bars and haven't gotten justice? They already came for us. And why is it he's not differentiating the difference between legal migrants and illegal ones? Why isn't he calling them criminals and saying they're deporting criminals that violate the law? And why do they need Black folks to do that? And how dare you demand we do that when we're trying to keep the swords out of our backs and heal ourselves at the same time? You all see how ignorant and crazy it is? Our own people are trying to take us out. And Dr. Claude Anderson warned us about this many, many years ago. He told us that this was an intentional plot by the U.S. government to have other groups, migrants, replace us. I give the breakdown all the time, so stay tuned. By the way, I'm going to be going live here on my channel this week at VickiPlanet.com. So watch my live this week, okay? Right now, I'm making this available for you for Monday, July 7th. Yes, here at VickiDillard.tv, no matter when you're watching this, is absolutely important, absolutely relevant, absolutely timeless. So always watch, rewatch, share, reshare. Family, join my email list at VickiPlanet.com, but most importantly, make sure that you register for my free webinar, July 14th. That's next Monday. That's on a Monday night. Share with everybody, prioritize it, get off work early, get your babysitter, put everybody in bed, get everybody fed, whatever it is that you do. Talk Black to me, somebody. Run all your little errands and stuff, have your little shower ready to go, have your pen and pad, and get ready for this international breakdown so I can tell you who this dark ghost is. You're more important than what you know. So important that they want you to be disengaged from international politics, spiritual politics. There's a war that's happening over your head. It's spiritual. And my supernatural encounters have everything to do with what's playing out on the world stage. And I need to let you all know exactly what we're going to do about it. Don't assume you know where I'm going with this. I'm telling you, I'm very likely going to blow your mind because the information I'm giving you is divine transmissions. I say I know stuff that I don't know because I don't pretend to be some super smart, super skilled, super expert on anything. I'm just a good hearer of what my divine spiritual cord is telling me, and it's absolutely relevant to what's going on in your world and the world. Click the link in the comment pin below so that you can get your free registration for Monday, July 14th. I can't wait to see you again.